sometimes things are great, you know? You sell 3 items on Amazon overnight. Three or two books. This one I think was $29. A Kingdom of Images, French Prince in the Age of Louis the something. And then you sell this CD set for $44, which was a donation. I'm not sure how many CDs are in there. And then you sell this one for $17 and change. Icons from Sinai. So 3 sales on Amazon. It's Saturday, by the way. And I'm shipping them out so I can get paid on them when the payments go out tomorrow. And also just have less to ship. But anyway, so those are the great things. You know, sometimes something like that happens, which I don't, if you know me, if you follow, I don't sell that much on Amazon. I want to sell a lot more. I just not come across as many. Hopefully I'll start to come across more stuff that I can list on Amazon because it's really easy. I do merchant fulfilled. And, you know, it's simple to list, quick. I don't have to take photos, create a listing. It's already created, etc. That's the great thing, right? And then something great like that happens. And then I walk in this morning to this because one of my shelves fell and it tipped all the books off of the one shelf. So I need to go get Gorilla Glue because what happened is the bracket just came out. And I need to put Gorilla Glue on it, which I've done before, and it lasted years. And I have to do it again. Because I actually had this other one fall too the other day. I think it might have been that one. I can't remember. But it's a lot of weight. The books are a lot of weight, so it's got to, you know, the shelves have to be able to hold them up. So that was unfortunate. But I'm going to go buy Gorilla Glue after I ship this stuff off and fix it before I open the store. Someone came in, actually a customer, a long-time customer, came in today and donated a box of books, DVDs, and some records. And all 3 of these were in there, and I'm going to put all of them on Amazon. 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. The Star Wars Ultimate Guide to Vintage Star Wars Action Figures, 1977 to 1985. Another Star Wars one, the Ultimate Action Figure Collection. And on top of that, there was a valuable record in there of 45, a Beatles 45, and some other stuff, DVDs, some other books that I'm going to keep, or that I kept for my store. So sometimes people just bring in, you know, really amazing donations, which was awesome. That was like the last thing that I got in for the day. Today, Saturday, was pretty slow. Saturday the 20, what is it? End of the month here, the 29th of 2025. So, I think it was slow because of the Thanksgiving weekend and people are doing family stuff. That's my assumption anyway. But I was able to get through everything. So I was able to list everything except for those Amazon ones there and that one record I'm going to list on eBay. But everything else I had, I listed, and what do you call it? What was I going through? I'm blanking. Oh, right. I had a bunch of Blu-rays. So I finished going through all of those today. And then I had all those extra records that I went through and that box that was donated, which took a little bit of time because it had some good stuff. So I had to look it up and price it out and that type of thing. So I finished everything, going through everything. It's now I just have, in terms of stuff to go through, I have all those books in my other unit. And I also put out everything for next week, all of the inventory. So I won't have to come back tomorrow, Sunday at all. Take Sunday off completely because it always varies based on the Saturday and what's going on in terms of how busy it is, how much time I have to put into, restocking or preparing for next week. Because I prefer to not have to come in Sunday at all, and I'll just come in Monday morning and start again. But then, sometimes based on variety of factors, I end up sometimes coming in on Sunday because I'm too tired on Saturday. I wasn't able to get started till late. Those kind of things. Maybe I'm getting up early the next morning, whatever it is. But it's always nice to not have to come back on Sunday and prepare for the next week. The only thing is, as you can see, I still have those books that fell. I stacked them though. And the shelf is over here. And what I did do is I went and bought some glue, some of this stuff, and I put that in on the brackets. These little ones here, this one, and then this one I took out, and this one seems to be pretty good. So it said to let it sit for 24 hours, which is probably extreme, but I'm just going to leave it. And then Monday morning, I'll put the shelf back, and fingers crossed, put the books on there, and hopefully it holds. It should with the glue, because I've used glue before, but over time, it's been, a few years now, it couldn't bear the weight anymore. And, that's something that is kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to shelves and books in general is, they're heavy, and I pile a lot of books on the shelves, as you can see. I sell a good amount of books, but obviously some of them sit for a little bit. So it always depends on the shelf. Like these, these are long shelves versus these other ones. Anyway, I won't go into that about shelves, but yeah, that's going on. And then, so I had my Black Friday sale, and I'm definitely not going to do it again. I think, Black Friday didn't really work out. Well, okay. So it was a busy day, but it wasn't slammed. I was hoping it would be slammed, but it wasn't. And my net sales on Friday were $10 less than what I did on Monday, which was really busy for me. And then my weekly sales were less than I've done like a couple of weeks ago. So definitely the sale was not really worth it, financially. But I did, in the sense of like where I really was hoping to have it. And also it tends to bring out some people that don't even spend that much, don't even buy that much, and then they also get 35% off. So it just doesn't really make sense. But it does bring out new people, which I did have a good amount of new people. It was fairly busy. I did get rid of, moved a lot of inventory, which is good. Not like a ton, but a decent amount. So that, like, I sold a lot of Blu-rays, so I was able to free up a lot of Blu-ray space. I mean, not like tons, but, a decent amount. And, etc. I sold a good amount on that day, which is always nice. But I think I'm going to do something where I remember I talked about doing $1 parking lot sale. I'm not going to do that, but I've been putting out Christmas themed items on the table in the front, and I'm going to test out doing a dollar table of items that have either been sitting on the shelf for a while or just items that I've gotten and I'm not really going to put out in my store, but I'll just stick them out there in case anyone wants them. Sort of create like a yard sale feel for that table so that people, and put out different stuff each week and not have the same stuff out there, so that hopefully it'll generate some interest from existing customers and new customers as a way to find some good stuff for cheap. I'm only going to take cash on it. And we'll see. I'll test it out. My other thought was to do like some sort of loyalty program for existing customers instead of doing like a big sale. And I don't know if it was Black Friday, it just weren't that many people, or a sale is just not a good idea. I don't know. Last time I had a sale, like a bigger sale, was 50% off. I had a lot more people show up, but 50% seemed like quite a lot. So yeah, so I'm probably not going to do that for a while. We'll see if I do it again. But today was a little slow. Anyway, so I'm tired, so I got to go home. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.